Ever feel like we're waiting for EVs to really, take over? Like, we're so close, but the batteries are holding everything back.
Yeah.
Well, get this. The company Quantumscape, they might have actually cracked the code.
Oh, yeah. Solid-state battery tech.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
They're aiming to solve those, the biggest pain
And
points.
range anxiety.
Yeah, slow charging, limited range. So imagine this.
Okay.
You're charging your EV in the time it takes to, I don't know, get like a coffee.
Wow.
And then you drive, I don't know, coast to coast
On one charge.
on a single charge. Future Quantumscape is promising. It's a lot.
It does sound almost too good to be true.
It does.
So that's why we're going to take this deep dive into Quantumscape.
Absolutely.
We'll unpack their tech, the partnership with Volkswagen, which is huge,
Oh, yeah.
and the hurdles they face getting these batteries out there on the road and in our cars.
Right, because it's one thing to, make promises. It's another to deliver.
Right. And then, of course, there's all the competition heating up. I mean, Toyota's jumping into this solid-state game now.
Right. It's getting crowded.
It's getting really interesting. It's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
It's ambition and innovation, but then also, how hard it is to take something that's so different and get it out to the whole world.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge to bring that kind of disruption.
Right.
So let's rewind back to 2010.
Okay.
Quantumscape. It was just an idea, A few Stanford scientists, back then people dismissed them.
Another science project.
Exactly.
But look at them now.
Yeah.
I mean, major players like Volkswagen, they are all in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not messing around.
No, and Volkswagen's commitment, it's way more than just your typical investment.
Right.
They're not just throwing money at it.
No. So 2018, they actually form a joint venture with Quantumscape.
Wow.
And then they go and set up this whole separate battery manufacturing company. They call it PowerCo.
Oh, wow. That's a serious sign of confidence. It really is.
It really is. And get this. This is where it gets really interesting. The rumor is that Volkswagen is looking at their luxury brands for the first rollout.
Oh, interesting.
So Bentley, Porsche, Lamborghini.
Oh, right. Like high-end, high performance.
Right. So that's a really smart move because they can charge more.
It's a strategic move.
Right. And then they can scale up production.
Yeah, it's smart. Because those high-end cars, they have, high profit margins.
Yeah.
Which means they could actually offset the cost of this cutting-edge technology.
Yeah.
And it kind of positions it as premium. It's the best of the best.
Right.
And then hopefully, everyone wants it.
Right. So it's like using the luxury market as a stepping stone.
Yeah, springboard.
Yeah.
Pretty clever if they can pull it off.
Yeah, but of course the big question is, what makes Quantumscape's batteries so special?
Right. Everyone wants to know. What's that secret sauce? Well, the key is this ceramic separator. It's a big deal. So, you know how conventional lithium-ion batteries, they use liquid or polymer electrolytes?
Yeah.
This replaces that.
Yeah.
And that means they can use a lithium-metal anode.
Okay, and the lithium-metal anode, that's much more energy dense than the graphite anodes that are in, the typical EV battery.
Exactly.
Okay, so break it down for me. More energy dense, what does that mean?
So more energy in the same amount of space.
Yeah.
Like, think about it like squeezing more juice into a juice box.
Okay.
And because lithium metal is so reactive, it can actually store way more charge.
Okay.
And that's where those, crazy long ranges Quantumscape keeps talking about. That's where it comes from.
So no more range anxiety. Charging in minutes, not hours.
Potentially, yeah.
This really starting to sound like the EV dream.
It is. And there's also a safety advantage.
Oh.
Because those liquid electrolytes in your typical battery, they're flammable,
Okay.
especially if the battery gets damaged. But this Quantumscape solid ceramic separator,
Much more stable,
okay,
less likely to catch fire.
that's huge. So safer, more powerful, faster charging. It all sounds really amazing.
It is.
But can they actually get these batteries out of a lab and into our cars?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
So going from these prototype cells to mass production, that is a huge challenge.
Yeah.
It's a big one. And this is where it gets really interesting, okay? So Quantumscape is taking inspiration from the semiconductor industry. Think microchips, right? Where precision is everything.
Yeah. Because you can't just slap these batteries together, can you?
No.
It's got to be precise.
Exactly. They have to manufacture these ceramic separators with incredible accuracy.
Yeah.
And it's got to be consistent, and they got to do it on a massive scale.
That's a tall order.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's why Quantumscape is using all this expertise from the semiconductor world. They're even bringing in executives with, that specific background.
Okay, so they're borrowing that expertise. But they've also had, like, some big changes in leadership. They have.
Right as they're about to hit the market.
It's interesting timing.
Yeah. Their founder, Jagdeep Singh, stepped down as CEO. He's now the chairman, but he's retiring entirely.
Right.
That's got to raise some eyebrows.
It does, especially when you consider the timing.
Right.
It makes you wonder if there's more to the story.
Right.
But officially, the company line is, this has been planned.
Okay.
We've been thinking about it for a while. And the new CEO, they say he's the perfect guy.
Okay. And he comes from the semiconductor industry as well.
He does. He does.
Okay. So new CEO, massive production challenges, and a huge competitor entering the arena.
Yeah.
Tell me about Toyota and their big move into solid-state batteries.
So Toyota, right? Giant in the automotive world.
Yeah.
And they just got the green light from the Japanese government
Well,
to start production, their own solid-state batteries, 2026.
okay. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Quantumscape to get to market
Oh, absolutely.
quickly. So imagine your Quantumscape, this like scrappy startup with this, revolutionary technology, and now you're suddenly staring down Toyota.
Right. A giant.
What do you do? How do you compete?
Right. What's the strategy? Do they try to beat Toyota to market? Or do they focus on something different, like a niche? That's a tough call.
Yeah.
But, they can't ignore Toyota.
No.
But they do have that powerful partnership with Volkswagen.
Right.
It's like having a heavyweight champ in your corner.
Right. It's like David and Goliath. But David has a pretty impressive slingshot.
He does. and that early focus on luxury brands,
Yeah.
it could give them a head start in that particular market.
Right. And then there are the investors. They're always watching,
Oh, yeah. Always.
waiting to see if this little engine that could will make it.
Yeah. So the stock market, it's a fickle beast.
It is.
And Quantumscape's journey, I mean, you can see it reflected in their stock price.
Oh, yeah. Remember back in 2020, that surge? Their stock soared to over $130 a share. I mean, what was fueling that?
So it was like the peak of EV hype.
Right.
Everyone was so excited. Investors were just pouring money into anything that sounded like the future of electric cars.
Anything.
And Quantumscape, I mean, groundbreaking technology, Volkswagen partnership.
The darling.
They were the darling. Yeah.
Of the market.
Of the market.
But then reality set in.
Right. The hype couldn't last forever.
Yeah.
So the stock has come back down to earth a bit. It's trading around $5 a share now.
Wow.
A lot of things contributed to that decline. I mean, the challenges of actually doing mass production, the competition from Toyota.
Yeah.
And just the EV market cooling off a little bit.
Right. So investors, they're not just riding the wave anymore.
Yeah.
They're actually starting to ask those tough questions.
They are.
Can Quantumscape really walk the walk?
Yeah. They need to prove it.
Yeah. So we end part one here.
Yeah.
We've got this company with game-changing technology. We've got a really powerful partner, a very formidable competitor.
Yeah.
Investors, they're on a roller coaster ride.
They are. It's exciting.
Where do we go from here?
Well, next time, we're going to dig deeper into Quantumscape's financials.
Okay.
We'll look at their annual reports, their spending, and how they're managing those resources as they're racing towards commercialization.
Stay tuned, because this deep dive is just getting started. We'll be back soon to uncover more of Quantumscape's story and find out if they can really deliver on the promise of the EV battery of the future.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
All right.
Last time, we were talking about Quantumscape and that massive challenge, going from a brilliant idea to a battery you can actually hold in your hand.
Right. Yeah. It's one thing to make it in the lab.
Right.
But making millions of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
got to be hard.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
So let's look at their financials.
Okay.
See if they've even got the resources to do this.
Yeah. Are they bleeding cash or are they sitting pretty?
So their latest annual report,
it kind of gives us a peek into how they're spending their money and what they're focused on.
All right, so give me the highlights. What are we looking at?
Well, they're still in the red.
Okay.
Which isn't a huge surprise for a company like this.
Right.
I mean, they're pouring money into research and development, obviously, building those manufacturing facilities, hiring all the best people.
Yeah, it costs money to be a pioneer.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
But they must have some revenue coming in, right?
Yeah.
Volkswagen isn't just, being nuts.
No. They've got that joint venture and a
Right.
licensing agreement with PowerCo, which is Volkswagen's battery division.
Right.
That's starting to bring in some money.
Okay.
So Quantumscape is getting royalty payments, basically, as Volkswagen uses their tech.
Okay, so it's kind of like a long-term bet for both companies.
It is.
Volkswagen is investing in the
You're
future,
right.
their electric fleet, and Quantumscape gets that steady cash flow.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a win-win. And Quantumscape has also been pretty smart about raising capital through stock offerings.
Right, which is a good way to raise money, but
Yeah.
the stock market is, so unpredictable.
It's like this giant popularity contest. The
Right.
price swings up and down based on, the tiniest little
The
things.
news, rumors.
Yeah, and just general sentiment,
Yeah.
which is hard to predict.
Yeah, for sure.
And, we talked about that big surge back in 2020,
Yeah.
but it's cooled off a lot since then.
Yeah.
The market is, a little less patient these days.
Right.
Investors, they want to see the results.
They want to see it.
Yeah.
So no more riding the hype wave.
Yeah.
Quantumscape, they've got to deliver.
They do. And speaking of pressure,
Yeah.
we got to talk about Toyota again.
Oh, Yoda, that's right.
How is Quantumscape going up against such a huge competitor?
Right, because they're massive.
They are. Well, Quantumscape says they're not backing down.
Okay.
In fact, they're saying that focusing on the luxury market, that's what sets them apart.
Okay, so Toyota's going for that mass market appeal,
Seems like it.
trying to get everyone to be the battery supplier for everybody.
Toyota is known for reliability and affordability,
Yeah.
and they're really good at manufacturing.
They are.
So they want to bring these solid-state batteries to a wider audience. That's the goal.
Right, right,
So two very different approaches. You've got Quantumscape, high-end, early adopters.
right.
Toyota's going for volume.
Yeah. Which strategy is going to win?
It'll be interesting to see. It's agility versus scale.
Right.
Quantumscape can be really nimble, really innovative.
Yeah.
Toyota, on the other hand, has the resources to just dominate the market
Right.
if they can nail that solid-state technology.
Right, right. Okay, so we've got this financial tightrope walk, intense competition, and then you've got that leadership change.
Right, at a crucial time.
Right, as things are happening, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the latest on the new CEO?
So he's been saying that they have to stay focused on their core tech
Okay.
and leverage that partnership with Volkswagen to get to mass production faster.
Okay, so double down on what they're good at and use that alliance.
Exactly.
Makes sense. But I'm curious, how are investors feeling about all this?
Yeah.
Are they buying into the new CEO's vision, or are they nervous?
Well, the stock price has been pretty stable since he took over,
Okay.
and some analysts are saying that's a good sign.
Okay.
It means that investors are willing to give him a chance
They're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
for now, but they are watching closely.
That's-
They want to see those batteries in cars.
Those milestones.
Yeah, they got to show that progress,
Yeah.
or they risk losing the market's confidence.
Right, right, right. Okay, so we've covered the financials.
We are.
We've talked about the competition. We talked about the leadership change. What's next?
All right, so now let's zoom out a little bit. Let's think about the big picture.
Okay.
If they really do this, if Quantumscape, or Toyota for that matter,
Yeah.
if they figure out how to make solid-state batteries affordable, reliable, the impact is huge. Think about it. Reliable, safe batteries.
Yeah.
This could change everything, not just cars.
Okay, so you're saying this could be bigger than just EVs?
Much bigger. Think about it. What if these batteries could store energy from solar panels and wind farms?
Yeah.
That would make clean energy so much more reliable.
Right.
So much more accessible.
Okay, now you're getting me excited. So we're talking about changing how we use energy,
That's right.
fundamentally. Yeah. But let's come back down to earth a little bit. What are the big hurdles that Quantumscape has to clear right now?
The biggest one, scaling up production without sacrificing quality.
Okay.
These batteries are so complex.
Yeah.
Even the tiniest mistake can mess everything up.
Right, because they're basically creating this whole new way of manufacturing, right?
They are.
It's not like they can just take an old iPhone factory,
No.
start pumping out batteries.
They've got to build new facilities, new automation, train people.
Right.
It's a massive, massive undertaking.
Yeah, and all of this while Toyota is breathing down their neck.
And Toyota's really good at this.
Yeah,
They've got the
stop.
experience.
So it's a race.
It is really high stakes. If Quantumscape messes up, or if Toyota beats them to market
Yeah.
with a better product, that could be it for them.
So what should we be looking for? What are the signs that Quantumscape is going to actually pull this off?
Okay, so first of all, they got to show they can consistently make those high-quality battery cells
Okay.
at their pilot plant.
Right.
They've made some prototypes,
Right.
but making thousands, millions of batteries,
Yeah.
that's totally different.
Yeah, hand assembling a few
Exactly.
compared to that mass production.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And then they've got to land some big contracts
Right.
with other car companies besides Volkswagen.
Right.
Getting Ford, GM, Tesla, any of them, that would be huge.
Right. That's validation right there.
Oh, yeah.
That they're the real deal.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there's the money side of things.
Yeah, they can't just keep spending forever.
They can't. They got to show a path to profit.
Right.
Which means bringing costs down as they make more batteries
Right.
and eventually making enough money to cover all their costs.
Okay.
And then some.
So it's a tough balance.
It is.
Investing in growth,
Yeah.
but also watching those expenses.
And the market keeps changing and there's all that competition.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's exciting.
High stakes. So what happens next? Okay, so we've talked about the tech, the money, the competition. We've even had a little CEO drama.
We have.
But let's take a step back and look at the big picture.
Okay.
What if this all works? If Quantumscape or Toyota figures this out,
Yeah.
and these solid-state batteries are everywhere.
I mean, the impact is huge, right?
Yeah, what could that mean for the world?
Well, think about it. Reliable batteries, safe batteries, affordable.
Yeah.
It's not just transportation that changes.
Right.
It's how we use energy, period.
Yeah, okay, so bigger than EVs.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about storing energy from solar and wind.
Right.
What about other things? Could we use these batteries to power, like our homes?
Absolutely. Imagine your house has solar panels on the roof.
Yeah.
And these batteries store all that energy.
Okay.
So you're totally self-sufficient.
Oh.
Or think about cities, right? They could have these huge battery networks that would even out the demand for energy.
Okay.
So we rely less on fossil fuels.
That's a big deal.
It is. What about your phone?
Yeah, my phone is always dying.
Right. What if your phone lasted for days?
Okay.
Your laptop never had to be plugged in.
Right, the possibilities.
Or even electric airplanes that could fly for hours.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's incredible.
And what about those industries that use big machines?
Construction, right?
Yeah, construction, mining, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Electric bulldozers, excavators, tractors, all running on these batteries.
Okay.
Lower emissions, lower costs.
Yeah.
Could be a whole new world.
So we're talking about a paradigm shift.
Yeah,
Clean energy everywhere.
that's the idea.
It's pretty amazing to think about.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. What are the challenges, the immediate challenges for Quantumscape?
Well, the big one, scaling up, making lots of batteries, but making sure they're all good.
Okay.
Remember, these batteries are complicated.
Right.
Any little mistake can make a big difference.
Yeah, so they're basically inventing a whole new way to make things,
That's
right?
right.
It's not just like plug and play.
No, they got to build the facilities, the automation, train everybody.
It's huge.
It's a massive undertaking.
And they have to do all this while Toyota's, right there.
Right, and Toyota is good at this stuff.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a long time.
It's a race, isn't it?
It is high stakes. Quantumscape stumbles, Toyota gets there first.
Yeah.
With a better product, Quantumscape might be in trouble.
Okay, so what are the signs that they're going to pull this off? What should we be watching for?
All right, so first things first, they got to show they can consistently make those high-quality battery cells
Yeah.
at their pilot plant. They've made prototypes, but that's different from
Wow.
making thousands, millions batteries.
Right. Hand assembling a few batteries in a lab.
Right.
That's not mass production.
It's not. And they need to get those big contracts, not just with Volkswagen.
Right, like other car companies?
Yeah, Ford, GM, maybe even Tesla.
That would be huge.
That would be validation.
Yeah, proof they're on the right track.
Absolutely. And then there's the money.
Right.
They can't keep spending money like this forever.
Yeah.
They got to show they can make a profit.
Right, so cut those costs.
Yeah, as they scale up. And then eventually, they need to be making more money than they're spending.
It's a balancing act, right?
It is. Invest in growth. Watch the spending. The market is changing all the time. Lots of competition.
It's a lot. So what happens now?
Well, Quantumscape's journey, it really shows you the challenges
Yeah.
and the opportunities when you're trying to do something totally new.
It's a great story.
It is. Ambition, innovation, trying to make the world a better place. And whether they succeed or not, what they're doing will have a big impact.
On the future of EVs.
On EVs, on energy in general.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story. And that's what we do here on the Deep Dive.
That's right.
We give you the information you need to think critically.
Ask those tough questions.
Yeah, and engage in those conversations about, the things that are shaping our world.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions. This has been The Deep Dive, signing off.